Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sarcastic Ass Podcast. I am Sarcastic Ass himself, and shit, fuck, I'll tell you, it's a beautiful night. Last time recorded during the afternoon, it was nice, beautiful, sunny. Not a care in the frickin' world. And now it's pitch black. Beautiful stars out there. Well, not pitch black, I guess. I can see silhouettes of the trees and whatnot back on the horizon, but, don't let me get off on some Bob Ross shit here. On my happy little friends and maybe needs a tree and a little bush or something. Welcome back for the second show. Yeah, man. Hey, shit, fuck, man. A couple of fucking things has happened in the last couple of days. A few things I'm going to talk about here anyway. I like to talk about all kinds of different shit, but, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Just, yeah, whatever, dude. That shit is fucking awesome. But, you know, Lucas acquired, Disney rather acquired Lucasfilm and whatnot, and they've been doing new movies, doing anthology movies, which are like standalone movies that aren't a part of the saga and whatnot, and the first of those was the Rogue One. Well, it's not the Rogue One, it's Rogue One, and great fucking movie. And then they had announced that they were going to do young Han Solo. Originally announced it was going to be Boba Fett. And it's like, no, screw that. Okay. I mean, first of all, if you're going to do one about bounty hunters, I want to see one about Jango Fett, Boba's father, who was the one that they cloned the, clone troopers after. I want to know what happened to get him that position. How did they pick him? Obviously, because they wanted a badass motherfucker. So they picked him because he was a badass motherfucker. Well, what did he do to get that honor? But then they had scrapped the Boba Fett, pushed it off at least, and announced a young Han Solo movie. And as soon as they announced this, I just, no, it's not necessary. I don't want to see it. It just, God, for fuck's sake, if you know anything about Star Wars, then you'll understand why. In a way, I feel that, because it's Han Solo. It's going to be extremely hard to see anyone else playing that role, because this would be obviously pre New Hope. So, I don't know. But whatever, Lando's going to be in it, and all kinds of people. Woody Harrelson is cast in it. So, I'm sure that'll be good too. But, they ran into some major fucking fuck-ups last week. Disney, Lucasfilm, basically, they fired the directors, Lord and Miller. And, I don't know, man. They'd been filming since January. They had 3 weeks left. They've been shooting about 5 months. They had 3 weeks left of filming. And they fucking shit-can the directors. And there's been a clusterfuck of information coming out of all that shit. Just unreal, man. And, for those who may not know, Lord and Miller, they have directed Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. I like those movies a lot. I'm not big into kiddie movies, as you would put it, but as long as there's no singing in them, I can pretty much hang. 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street and the Lego Movie. Now, I've never seen the Lego Movie. I've seen 21 Jump Street. It was okay. Not really. Maybe a little bit. No. Actually, no, it wasn't. 22 Jump Street, I made it maybe 5 minutes into it and turned it off. Didn't even get out of the beginning opening sequence or whatever, where there was some warehouse on a dock or some shit. I don't even fucking know. I don't care. But you've got those are their examples of what they did, and it's like, these guys are doing a Star Wars movie, and then you think they're doing Han Solo, and you've got to imagine that they were brought in for this one specifically to bring in some of the humor and the quirkiness from their past movies into Han, because Han was a sarcastic he was a sarcastic ass. The original. And, he had a really great sense of humor, but he was just a sarcastic asshole, man. And, so you gotta imagine that's why they brought them in to do this in the first place. But then you've got to think, no matter what the issues are, or what the final result is with them being fired, how did it take you so damn long to do this shit? I mean, and it's coming out that evidently, I mean, obviously there have been problems throughout the whole process, but I mean, what the fuck, dude? How do you let it go this long? How do you keep trying to fix something this fucking long? But here's a quick breakdown of what's out there so far. The directors, Lord and Miller, they started to improv in order to add comedy and going off script. Having what's his name here, Alden Ehrenreich, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. Having Alden go off script and improvise and reports that it was a little slapstickish, even maybe some comparison to Ace Ventura. Wow. I had heard one report that at one point that I don't know how big or small it was, but any amount is significant, that they broke canon. So that's not good either at all. And the diehard fucking sweaty fans will just go riotous over that shit. Don't fuck with canon, man. That's all there is to it. There were delays in shooting due to lollygagging and fits on Lord and Miller's part. Report that they were sitting in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, delaying production for an hour to 2 to 3 hours maybe, and refusing to start filming. Just ridiculous bullshit and pissing off the cast and the crew. At one point, Lucasfilms had brought in an acting coach for Alden, the star of the movie, playing Han Solo. Okay, now, I've heard that this is normal. Maybe not normal, but it's not abnormal for this to happen. But they held 2,500 auditions for Han Solo. And the one person you narrow it down to, I'm sorry, should not have to fucking have any acting coaches, lessons, any of that shit, dude. Come on. 2,500 people auditioned for that role, and you fuckers can't. That to me is unreal. I mean, literally, when you speak of singing, it's like, what are the odds? 1 in 2,500. I'll take those odds. Wow. What the fuck? But what is interesting, though, is Alden was the first of the cast and crew to speak up. He told a producer related to Kathleen Kennedy, who's the head over there at Lucasfilm, and that kind of tells me that maybe they had brought on the acting coach due to his performance, which was based on the direction he was being given from Lord and Miller. And he obviously was not happy with that. It makes him look like shit. And so he went and spoke up, which kudos on him. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Lucasfilm, obviously it took up to 3 weeks before it was going to be finished for them to fire these clowns. So they tried to do a fade out of directors. Kind of fade them out and bring someone else in to kind of wrap it up. Similar with what they did with Rogue One. But Lord and Miller wouldn't have it. They held their ground and said that it was their way or the highway, and so they hit the motherfucking highway when told to do so. Ron Howard has been announced to take up the last bit of this, and it is a very safe choice, in-house choice. Friend of Lucasfilm and everything. You remember little Ronnie Howard was on Andy Griffith's show, and Happy Days. He was in American Graffiti, George Lucas film, which also had an early Han Solo cameo, if you will, with Harrison Ford. But it's a safe pick. I don't know too much about it. I went over Howard's filmography. I was familiar with a lot of it, but I mean, he's done amazing work, but his recent work's fallen a little flat, maybe been a little slow or dull. But beyond all of that, he's not done a lot of sci-fi-ish or anything in this genre, really, that I've seen. But I mean, I've got all the confidence in the world in him. Ronnie Howard, bring it home, baby. Another thing I saw here, just today, actually, this morning, another state or two has now changed Columbus Day into Indigenous Peoples Day. Kind of like, taking the, ER off the end, adding the A and taking it back. Which I'm not knocking that. Well, I'm not knocking the Indigenous Peoples Day thing, at least. None of the other things, and a whole nother story. I just find it a little ridiculous because I feel like it's just kind of a slap in the face, like adding salt to the wound, you know? It's just, it's pandering. Let's be honest. It's pandering. It's those states, or I'm just going to say us, because we are a country here. What it is it's us going, hey, yeah, we screwed you guys. We raped you. We murdered your horses. We murdered you. We stole your buffalo, murdering them, you know. We stole your land, dude. We fucked you guys over big time, but like, we're gonna take Columbus Day and, we'll make it Indigenous Peoples Day. No. If you really want to do something that matters, and this wouldn't even matter, but if you really wanted to even attempt to do something that seemed like it matters, you would just cancel fucking bullshit Columbus Day altogether. 'Cause it is a bullshit fucking holiday anyway. Aside from the fact of all the native treatment and all of that aside, dude, Columbus was a fucking dumb shit bastard. Okay. He did not discover America. Did not discover America. Okay. There had been at least Vikings on North America long before that fucking asshole. Okay. So he didn't discover America, and he didn't even know where the fuck he was. And some people, it amazes me they never think about this, or it never occurred to them. Why are Native Americans called Indians? Or why were they, at least at one point across the board, they were referred to as Indians? When India, you have those folks in there, Indians. How can they both be Indians? Because Christopher Columbus thought he was in fucking India, therefore started calling the natives Indians. Because he was fucking stupid. His colony, just, yeah, whatever. Not even gonna get into that shit again. Like I said, everybody knows. They fucking just, not only Columbus Day, but do away with Thanksgiving too, for fuck's sake, man. Not only is it a bullshit money-making holiday that don't mean jack, but what you really are celebrating is the fucking murder and pillaging of native people. It doesn't matter if they're native or not. It doesn't matter if they were fucking Frenchies who came over here and were chilling here for 1,000 years before. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. It's just all ridiculous. But Indigenous Peoples Day, September 22nd, I guess, now is something that we got going on. I just call it Happy Day. We fucking fucked over the Indians and raped them and killed their fucking people and shit like that. Oh, Indigenous Peoples Day. Let's just rub that salt in there a little bit deeper. But let's move on to, oh, I love this. I love it. Gay cakes. Dude, make me a gay fucking cake, baby. I'm all about it. The Supreme Court announced that they're gonna decide on a religious freedom case. I wish you could see me when I say that. The religious freedom, doing in quotation marks, because shut the fuck up. Religious freedom, my ass. All right, so Colorado baker Jack Phillips, he doesn't believe in same-sex marriage. You know, he doesn't believe in a lot of shit, I'm sure. But that's the heart of this one. He does not believe in same-sex marriage because it is against his Christian religion. And a Colorado court decided it was discrimination when he refused to bake a cake for a same-sex couple. I agree. It was discrimination. Absolutely. 100% discrimination. The I have it written in my notes here, Baker Boy. Baker Boy said that his free speech and religious rights were being threatened under the First Amendment, were being threatened. And dude, no, they're not. You are free. Gosh, I can't. It's such bullshit, because we are supposed to have a separation of church and state in this country, and we should. Absolutely should. The main reason being because government affects everyone, whereas religion only affects those who believe. That's right. I said it. You heard it here from a Christian. What I believe and my faith means shit in a political world and in a social world. Okay? I can't think that it's okay for me to impose whatever I've been taught or whatever I believe on anyone else, because one, it's not right. Two, it ain't none of my business to get into other people's shit, what they think and feel. And three, because I'm just not a fucking Bible thumper. Never was into that shit. And hell, I don't believe half of this shit anyway. But I know what's going on. I'm not one of those hypocrite bastards like this guy. And it's unreal to me, because it says here that he's refused to make Halloween cakes and anti-American cakes in the past, okay? Anti-American cakes, I can completely understand. You know, anything anti, I can understand, whether it's anti-American, anti-Muslim, anti-Canadian, anti-gay, anti-racial, anti-sex, like anti-female, anti-male, anything that's anti, even anti-Antifa. And those are a bunch of little fucking cock bastards. But I don't care, because it's just simply, it's simply not right, in my opinion, to, bash on people and shit. You're free to do so, but we're talking about a business putting out a product, and the owner or the creator has to actually make this and whatnot. They are a private business, and certain things I can completely understand. Anything anti, and serving to, if it's a privately owned business, I could even understand denying service to certain people, not based on gender or race or anything like that. But I'm just going to say it, dude. If I owned a private business and some convicted child molester that lives in the area comes in and wants to be a customer of mine, I'm going to deny that motherfucker. Okay? That's my right, and I'm going to fucking deny him. And that's where I'm torn on this, because if it's a private business, then yes, this guy has a right to deny service to anyone based on any reason that is not discriminatory. And this is discriminatory. And not only is it discriminatory, beyond being discriminatory, it fucking lights my ass up, because this asshole is trying to impose his religious beliefs and thoughts on other people. He's probably back there going, how dare these fucking people try to push their ways on me, make me accept it. What are you fucking doing, you stupid wanker? God, fucking tosser. People are stupid. Shit pisses me off big time. But, this guy, like I said, he refused to make Halloween cakes, and then this takes it into his realm. Okay? He refused to make a Halloween cake, but I'm sure he'll make Christmas cakes. I'm sure he celebrates Christmas. Jesus' birthday was not in December. No one celebrates Jesus' birthday anymore. Well, and I say that in general, nobody. I don't want these fucking piss ants whining at me and shit. That's not true. I celebrate Jesus' birthday. Okay, cool, whatever. I'm talking to all the other fucking majority of people who don't. And, you know, this guy wants to be, you know, within his own world. He's that much of a fucking hypocrite piece of shit. He's not gonna do Halloween cakes because it has to, I assume, because it has to do with the devil and shit. Satan's night. But he'll do shit for Christmas when it ain't even a fucking legit holiday, and it's fucking ridiculous. Not to mention all the fucking, the Christians just fucking dropping holidays on top of old pagan holidays. It's just fucking, get out of here with that shit. I can't stand it. I'm at my wit's end. Grrr. And that brings us to our final one here. This one just amazes the shit out of me, man. In Lakeland, Florida, there was a fella who was at his friend's baseball game, and he saw a toddler wandering around. So he approached her and, you know, was trying to ask her where her parents were, and she hesitated, so he picked her up, and he started walking around looking for her parents, asking her, you know, is that your daddy? Is that, you know, trying to find her parents. Like, dude, like anyone would want someone to try to do, to help out. Okay? And so, her father's friends had told him while they were sitting on some bleachers, they looked over and they said, you know, hey, your daughter's being kidnapped. Okay? Well, thank you, Jim, for telling me that my daughter is being kidnapped. I guess I should have been doing my job and watching her. You know what I mean? Being a dad and everything, and she's a toddler, and, you know, people out there have her wandering around. She could get taken, like this asshole's trying to do. She could get hit. Could just wander off into the woods. Some fucking animal gator. Gator, maybe. Who knows? We're in Florida. Thanks. Letting me know. Let's go sort this fucker out. What a dick, okay? So, he's not doing his fucking job as a father. His friends jump the gun, say, this dude's kidnapping your daughter. So, 3 men come up from behind, and one of the guys grabs the daughter, grabs the girl, and the father hits this fucking dude 5 to 6 times. Okay? He said, and this is a quote from the father, I saw this man with my daughter in his hands walking toward the parking lot. What would you do? I wanted to kill him. Okay? Well, the first thing I would have done was approached, and as I'm approaching, I would have said, excuse me, that's my daughter. You know, can I help you? You know? You find out what the fuck is going on. Even if you weren't being a neglectful fucking sack of shit, okay, which are from fucking Florida all over. Don't even get me started on that shithole. Fuck that piece of shit. Break that motherfucker off, ship it down to Cuba, and give it to those motherfuckers. Fuck them. Okay, so this asshole ain't doing his job, and then he's gonna fucking jump the gun and get pissed at this dude and want to kill him and fucking and beat him up? Okay, so police conclude their investigation. They talked to multiple witnesses, and they concluded that he was a good Samaritan. That's how they referred to him, a good Samaritan. He was trying to help. But the father still wasn't fucking happy. So then the father goes on to say, so I guess in Lakeland you can kidnap a child and get away with it. Again, if you'd been doing your fucking job as a father, you piece of fucking cunny ass rot fucking, oh, dude. See, that's how I get when I fucking think about and talk about fucking people like this, stupid sons of bitches like this, who fucking just, I can't even explain it. It's unreal, dude. So, after this, the father of the little girl, his family and friends go on Facebook and social media. They start posting this guy's picture in his Facebook profile and calling him a fucking predator. So then this shit takes off, catches fire. All these other fucking people start spreading this shit around and sharing it. I mean, they don't know that it's not true. These other people, they don't know what's going on, but that's the point. They don't know. They didn't do their fucking research. And so they're spreading out there, and so this fucking poor guy's got the whole fucking town out there thinking he's a fucking child diddling fucking predator. When he's just trying to fucking help this little girl find her dad because her dad's a fucking piece of shit. Unfucking real, man. So then the man, he fled town with his family. Rightfully so. What the fuck, man? That shit can get insane. The father, though, of the little girl, after all this, he came around. No, he fucking didn't. After all this, he says, all that matters is that my daughter is home safely. You stupid motherfucker. And this Good Samaritan fella, I mean, really, kudos to him. He's not going to press charges against this fucking father asshole who assaulted him. According to police, cuts and bruises and whatnot on his face. Unfucking believable. Just unfucking real. But anyway, that's all we got for you today. Thank you guys for tuning in. New uploads on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Don't forget to hit like, support me, please. Hit subscribe if you care to. And, shit, fuck y'all. I don't know. Have a good night. Late. Sarcastic ass.
He's a dick.